rise and grow, softly chanting. Voices blend and sway, guiding hearts to a tranquil bay. Whispers of the silent mind, echoes deep and undefined, subtle tones that calm and bind. In the stillness, truth we find.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you are. Lovely to have you join us. And welcome to Universal Spiritualism. It is our evening of trance with the wonderful Niko the medium. Niko has already gone into trance, and his guides and inspirers will be speaking through him when he comes onto screen. So without further ado, I will bring him on, and Noah usually starts off by just talking, giving us a short inspirational talk. So good evening.
Greetings to you, my dear one. As always, my dear, it is truly an honor. And we are grateful for this opportunity, my dear. And greetings to all who have joined and to all who are listening. We are grateful for your presence. Allow us to begin this session with a few simple words of remembrance, my dear ones. Prior to your incarnations, memory is stored. Each act, each intention, each experience, each relationship is planned for your incarnation, and yet you are unaware. The dilemma one is challenged with through every incarnation is believing these words you hear today. The human intellect, the human identity, questions in anger. Why? Why am I in pain? Why do I suffer loss? Why am I not loved? Because there is this defense, it becomes even more difficult to not only appreciate our reminder, but to accept it as truth. And yet I assure each of you listening, your entire incarnation is intentional. It has meaning. It holds purpose. There are no mistakes. Nothing is random. And because it is your own essence who has orchestrated and designed this entire incarnation, each of you possess the same exact ability to remember your purpose. Soften the identity. Embrace your essence. And in time, your clarity shall return. Not only who you truly are, but why this specific incarnation matters as it does. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you for those words. Very meaningful for most of us, I would imagine. A few hellos first, and while I'm saying hello to people, if you would like to put your questions in the comments, then I will pick the questions to ask Noah. So, hi Bernadette, hi Just Jody, hi Neeks, Tahini, hello, Christine Campbell, hi, Linda Owen, Kerry Mitchell, Rita Clark, Leah So, Lisa, Bernadette. Oh, Bernadette's on Facebook and YouTube. And Patrick, hello. Tahini is asking a very profound question, very much linked to what you were talking about at the beginning, Noah. She says, I wish I knew why I was here.
My dear, you already possess the answer. The only difference is you are attempting to retrieve that answer through your human identity, your human intellect. But notice, my dear one, this identity is created due to your incarnation. Your intellect is conditioned with the teachings, the beliefs, the patterns of your realm. And what anchors it into truth through your perception is the emotion, the depth of the feeling you have lived through your experiences. So it is impossible, my dear, to recall your purpose, to recall your essence, to truly sense your being, the human identity. Hence your confusion. Hence your determination, your frustration, your confusion. So with those words, my dear, simply begin by remembering you are more than the human identity. Focus on your human self, my dear. Do not attempt to rationalize, to intellectualize. But there is more clarity when one does not seek the human identity. Notice your human self possesses all the answers you seek, for it does not entangle itself with identity. Your highest essence holds all the answers you seek, for it does not consume itself without human identity. And you have often heard us quote, to remember your essence. This is precisely what we mean, my dear. Allow your human identity to soften, my dear. Do not seek, do not reach, do not demand. And I assure you, clarity returns, my dear, Clarity always returns, my dear, for it has never been severed. One cannot forget what their essence truly knows. It is merely obscured through the human identity, but never lost. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. I do apologise, Bernadette. I think I must be just so used to seeing your name on Facebook. And Bernadette does have a question, actually. Do you believe abilities such as mediumship are carried through each incarnation?
My dear, allow me to begin by correcting your statement. It is not an ability, my dear. Just as you breathing is not an ability, my dear. You are not the chosen one. You are an essence, as everyone in your realm also is an essence, my dear. This connection that you perceive as an ability is a natural act. For communication has been and always shall be essence to essence. There is no communication, my dear, essence to physical form. Thereby, there is no ability. In each of your parallel realities, my dear, each of your current incarnations, my dear, the same applies. Each is an essence experiencing the human experience. No essence is detached from our realm, thereby affording this connection effortlessly, fluidly, purely, sacredly. When one perceives, my dear, that it is an ability, a special gift, recognize that this is the human identity perceiving such. When one continues past the human identity, when one recalls the human self, when one rejoins their highest essence, this truth is instantaneous, my dear. It is not something learned. It is merely something remembered. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Sharon Furness says that she's new on here, so I'll just explain for her that Niko has gone into trance, and that means that his guides and inspirers, who are collectively known as Noah, are speaking directly through him. So if you have any questions about the spirit world or things that are connected to the spirit world, then now's your chance to ask. Rita Clark is saying, where am I getting wrong? Where am I going wrong in life?
You are focusing, my dear, on the incarnation. Too precise, with desperation. You are allowing the incarnation to become your identity. And this is why you are experiencing a sense of confusion, loss of direction, which is distorting your alignment to your essence, my dear. And you are viewing merely from the lens of the human form, my dear. You're deeply rooted within your human experience that you are forgetting you are the essence, my dear. Your goals, your desires, your dreams are based on this incarnation. Your need for acceptance, your need to prove. Now you compare yourself to others, your judgment. Notice, my dear, the simplicity in what you feel deep within, that something is missing. You do not feel whole, if you will. You sense there is so much more, and yet you cannot identify what that is. Your intuition, my dear, is exactly the form your highest essence utilizes to communicate directly with you. This is guidance, my dear. Trust what you feel rather than what you think. Do not continue to create your own path through your physical journey, my dear. Trust there is already a path carved for you to follow. When you accept this, my dear, when you listen more attentively within to your intuition, my dear, you will feel as if you are being led, guided, shown the path, your true path. And all one must do, my dear, is follow it, trust it. Do not overcomplicate. Let go, my dear. Let go of what you believe is yours. And this is how you begin to soften the identity. And remember your past. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We have just Jodie asking, when asking for help and guidance and support, is asking angels and guides the same as asking family and friends in spirit?
My dear, notice that you are asking as a human. You are asking as your human identity. You are asking because you are not trusting. You are asking because you still perceive in separation, my dear. Your world, our world, human, angels, form, spirit. There is no separation, my dear. Do you ask yourself for help within physical form? Do you glance at yourself in your mirror, my dear, and ask yourself to help yourself? This is what you are attempting to do by asking for help. You are not your form, my dear. You are the essence navigating through your physical experience through the vessel of the form, my dear. There is no need to ask yourself for help. You are already receiving this help you seek. And yet, because it is subtle, my dear, it does not arrive with fanfare. You question and you doubt it. Your intellectual mind brushes it off as imagination, my dear. It is much more logical to ask through another, as you are doing so now. The intellectual mind receives this as proof, as an answer, for it is arriving from elsewhere, my dear. But this is inaccurate, my dear. Insight, clarity, inner wisdom does not appear from external sources, my dear. It comes from within. You already possess the knowledge. You have merely forgotten how to access it, my dear. Praying, asking questions, seeking insight from others, all delays your own process of development, my dear, evolution, enlightenment. There is no need to ask, my dear. Simply listen. Your essence is always providing you the insight. Listen to the subtlety, my dear. Listen to your heart, my dear. For there is no separation. Your essence resides in a field, my dear, of pure, infinite consciousness. The same exact field, my dear, where the celestial realm resides, where the Creator resides. We are all connected as one, my dear. So why seek answers from the celestial realm when your essence resides there as well? Merely ask yourself, my dear, why are you not trusting your own essence, who also possesses the exact wisdom you seek? I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Jody follows that up by saying, why do spirits come individually to us?
My dear, essence does not arrive in your home, my dear. This is the perception of your mind. And it appears, my dear, as if it is one presence connecting to your essence. It appears as such intentionally as to not to overwhelm you, your nervous system, and your mind. But presence is not a being. It is not a figure. It is not form, as you view those in your realm. It is not individuality, my dear. It is a resonance of energy. You perceive twofold. The first, my dear, is how you receive. You sense one, and your intellectual mind accepts that. This is what it can handle at the current time, my dear. The second, my dear, you are also biased from what others are teaching in your realm. My advice, my dear, do not latch on verbatim to what they say. This is merely another interpretation from one in physical form. Words spoken through another human identity, my dear. Recognize, my dear, any essence which draws near as your perception allows it to draw near. It's only capable of acting with you, my dear, because your highest essence permitted it so. Your highest essence, my dear, is overseeing your entire physical incarnation. It is allowing presence to be felt, energy to be shared, wisdom to be transported into your thoughts through telepathy, my dear. Intentionally, based on your highest evolution, as well as what you are able to accept at this current state, my dear. So once more, it is not a random essence appearing within your home, my dear, to pay you a visit, if you will. It is alignment, precision, intention, all part of the diagram, my dear, of this physical incarnation. Do not view it as separation. Do not allow the conditioned mind steer you in a different direction, my dear. Trust your essence. Trust what is occurring. For I assure you, it is divine and intentional. I thank you, my dear.
Thank you. Bridget Costello asks, do we choose our family before we are born?
Indeed, my dear. It is not merely the lineage of relationships, my dear. It is all whom you have already met, are meeting, and shall meet, my dear. Even the insignificant relationships. These are covenants, my dear. Made essence to essence. Even your appearance here today, my dear, is not a random act. It was not your choice that you decided to join us this evening. This too is a covenant, my dear. You view most of them as insignificant, but they are not, my dear. Unbeknownst to you, you have learned something, or your trajectory of your physical incarnation was slightly shifted by that random meeting that you perceived. Made no difference. The same applies, my dear, with vital roles, significant relationships that you perceive as family, friends, loved ones, even rivals and allies, my dear, or covenants, my dear. But do not view these relationships singularly, my dear. Do not view strictly based on this one incarnation, my dear. For your essence is experiencing multiple incarnations simultaneously. And what you perceive as a family member, my dear, may also be a rival, a foe, a spouse, or one of those perceived insignificant encounters in other lifetimes, my dear. No relationship is insignificant, my dear. Each serves a purpose of a broader design, which is impossible to register through your human identity. Trust the knowing, my dear. The familiarity you sense even when you meet a stranger. Trust. Each relationship is offering something vital for your growth, as your existence is offering the same for their growth, my dear. And remember, my dear, relationships, though perceived in your realm as originating in your realm, is truly inaccurate, my dear. Each relationship, each covenant agreed upon, originates essence to essence, my dear, simply being played out through the human vessels as the characters play out a theatrical production, my dear. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Bridget follows through saying, but I don't have any children, so I won't be coming back as this is my last incarnation.
My dear, notice how you perceive through the human identity that you are aware of the structure of consciousness, my dear. That you are aware the architecture of your origin, my dear. That you are aware of your destiny, my dear. But also with that notice, how you mentioned that you do not possess children. That statement alone indicates your perception is inaccurate, my dear. Once more, you are viewing through an isolated lens of one incarnation. I assure you, my dear, there are other parallel incarnations running simultaneously to this, that you have many children. So if you, my dear, are unaware of those other parallel incarnations, why do you perceive you are an expert on incarnation? When one senses, my dear, that this is the final incarnation, what is actually occurring, my dear, is that the other parallel versions have achieved a higher understanding, a greater field of connection to essence. And it is not based on one incarnation, my dear. It is based on the collective of all incarnations, my dear. So your sense of this being the final is not exactly as you are perceiving it. You are sensing the collective in alignment with its own enlightenment, my dear. That equates to the line of parallel existences reaching the pinnacle of what they each set out to learn, remember, accomplish. So where you are precise unknowingly to yourself, my dear, is that the entire line of parallel incarnations will cease to exist as each achieves the level they were set to achieve. But, my dear, I assure you, once the entire line of parallel incarnations is complete, a new line begins, my dear. So your essence within that new line of incarnation will not have any recollection of this incarnation that you are certain is your last. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Patrick was on earlier. I presume he's still on because he usually stays on through. Who had a question about being overshadowed last Friday. I don't have any other question other than that he was asking about it. Yes, he's still here.
My dear one, this is an open-ended question, if you will. Which part of the overshadowing, my dear, are you referencing? Were you connected within this form of communication? And the facial features distorted and perceived as an overshadowing, my dear. Are you referencing shadows, orbs, apparitions? And my final question, my dear. You already received the answer to this question through your own insight, your own connection. So why are you asking it again?
Patrick is saying the side of his body was green.
Indeed, my dear. Notice how you focused on one specific area and the intellectual mind question, but you did not view the surrounding area, did you? Projections, my dear. Notice that your atmosphere is energy, and therefore all projections arise within the atmosphere. So as you notice the color, my dear, you initially questioned, but then you intuitively understood what the color represented to you. But you were also focusing on one area, and you did not view the other. Movements, color, shapes. But as I asked previously, my dear, you intuitively already understand what occurred. You intuitively recognize the answer to your question, and yet you are asking again. So allow me to pose a question to you, my dear. Why do you second guess yourself? Notice this as a pattern, shall we? You receive insight almost instantaneously. You feel it. You even hear it in the mind's mind. You notice your heart, expanded warmth, as even another indicator that this is correct. And then you doubt. And then you question yourself. And then you allow your mind to distort what you receive. And then you seek the answer elsewhere through another. So why does this occur as a pattern with you, my dear? Why are you second guessing your insight? In doing so, you are questioning the guidance of your own highest essence. Trust your answers. Trust your insight. Trust your highest essence. And rather than analyzing when the occurrence is presented to you, be the observer, my dear. Shift your focus all around the atmosphere and notice what else is being provided to you. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Linda, I don't know whether you're still on here. Linda was saying how much she's still very much grieving for her mom who passed 8 weeks ago.
Indeed, my dear. For once more, grief is perceived incorrectly, is it not, my dear? And yet, my dear, many in your realm are unaware that grief is quite powerful, my dear, for it is the passageway. Allow me to elaborate, my dear. You are viewing grief through the human identity, the same lens which offers separation, loss, finality. And as you have come to understand, those in your realm who have also suffered grief, my dear, can only offer you limited comfort. Even those in the professional field, my dear, only offer limited comfort. And yet there is always something missing. Your answers are never truly answered. Your questions, rather, my dear. And this passageway we mentioned, my dear, is because of the grief you experience as your human persona, my dear, offers the intrigue to connect with others who claim that they possess the ability to reach your loved ones in order for you to feel, to receive proof that the essence exists. Another avenue, my dear, in hopes that that comfort finally arrives that you seek. On the other end of the passage, my dear, it is your essence. As mentioned earlier, my dear, essence to essence. Enter into a covenant and explore relationships through the physical form. What so many of you take for granted, my dear, is the physical touch, the physical kiss, the physical hug, an expression of intimacy, of love, through the human form. So grief, my dear, in its purest form, is what your essence experiences. The longing to once more touch, kiss, embrace that essence in physical form. And yet the human identity, my dear, the logical, rational mind, experiences difficulty accepting that concept. Once more based on the conditioning of your realm, the separation, the finality, and it is experienced in a different light, my dear. So with this said, my dear, there truly is no grief, but there truly is no loss. The essence you recall as your mother, my dear, is even nearer to you now than when it was in physical form. But it is quite difficult to see through human tears, my dear. It is difficult to feel the love when you are blocking the heart with perceived pain. So trust in this, my dear. Essence to essence. Is a relationship rooted in pure, unconditional love, my dear. And essence to essence is eternal. She has not left you, my dear. You are merely not opening your eyes. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Linda asks, is she happy with my dad?
Once more, my dear, allow me to bring your attention to that very question. And allow me to ask you, my dear, where do you perceive they are? And with that, my dear, where do you perceive you are? If you have been listening to our earlier words, my dear, you will remember we mentioned your essence has never left. Which means, my dear, there is no here or there. There is no separation. Your essence is everywhere, my dear, as is theirs. So where your essence is, so is theirs. And as your essence is still attached to your physical form, so too is their essence with you. Begin to view through a different lens, my dear. This is vital for your own growth. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Kiana Hansen says that she had a weird dream of her mum the other week and she passed away at the beginning of November. She's been trying to figure out what the dream meant, and it felt as though she was looking for something.
My dear, I recognize this, and your words indicated a perception that it was weird, my dear. Notice, my dear, if that is how you perceived it, then you were attempting to intellectualize rather than receive. Understand, my dear, that during the sleep state, the conscious mind is at rest. There is no distortion. There is no resistance. And you are able, my dear, to receive communication clearly. The vision of the essence, my dear, was the actual essence appearing as a vision. It is not a matter of intellectualizing what it meant, but there is a simple analysis, if you will, my dear. What did you feel when you awoke, my dear? What emotion were you experiencing? Was it not comfort, security, reassurance, and an abundance of love? Rather than dissecting each scene of that dream, my dear, focus on the emotions you felt. For emotion, my dear, is the first contact the intellect can translate. The emotions you experienced, my dear, were the message. In other words, my dear, when you sense the calm, her essence is reminding you it is always with you and shall bring that calm. When you sense the feeling of reassurance, once more the essence is reassuring you all will be fine. When you sense an abundance of love, my dear, the essence is reminding you you are always loved. Feel rather than think, my dear, and the answers are always clearer. I thank you, my dear.
Thank you. Unfortunately, it's come to that time of the night where we need to pass over to you for your last comments, please, Noah.
Indeed, my dear. Notice, my dear ones, much of what was spoken perhaps may seem foreign to you, and your mind is grappling with this new perceived concept or information. Others may sense the words they heard resonates within. Others are skeptics. Others wish to believe but fear. How you receive at this time of your journey is not what is relevant. But as you notice, it is different for each of you. Understanding only one truth is required today. It will resonate in time, for it already resonates with your essence. Because nothing shared today, my dear ones, is new. It is already known, learned, experienced through each of your essences. It is simply a matter of the mind delayed in remembering. And this delay occurs because so many of you rely more on the human identity to define your existence. So as we began, we end. Soften the human identity in order to remember your true essence. That which truly defines you. My gratitude to you, my dear. I thank you, my dear.
Thank you so much. And while Niko returns to us from trance, I'll just fill you in with what's happening tomorrow. We've got a full day of readings starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's UK time. So Amanda's at 10 o'clock. We've got Anna at 2 o'clock. We've got Sheila at 3:30. We've got Lainey at 5. We've got Healing at 6. And on school, I've got a new school group, which is SKOOOL. There's a professional medium circle as well. If you would like to see Niko again, he's back with us on Tuesday evening at 9 o'clock. And he'll be doing evidential trance mediumship there. So it'll be more, rather than answering questions that you have about the spirit world, etc., it'll be more linking in with your loved ones in spirit, giving you evidence of their survival. And that's on Tuesday at 9. So you're more than welcome to join my subscribers groups. Got 2. One is getting notification every time we go live, and that's just £1 a month. Or if you want to pay £3.50 a month, you get that and a daily list of all of the online spiritualist events that I can find. And you just go to my profile page and go to the subscribers hub on there, and it just means that you can fill your boots full of readings most days, every day, most of the day. Okay. Hi, Niko.
Hey guys.
Thank you ever so much for tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. So good night, everybody, and we will see you this time next Sunday or Tuesday if you want to see Niko then as well. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Bye.